Climate change and its various consequences are currently a very hot topic. Greenhouse gases from traffic, agriculture, industry, and other sources are what causes the Earth to warm up. Because of this, we have issues such as sea level rise and changing weather patterns. Scientists have thought of different ways to reduce the negative effects of climate change. One concept is called geoengineering or climate engineering. It's a deliberate, large-scale intervention in the Earth's natural systems in order to counteract climate change. There's a wide range of proposed geoengineering techniques. Generally, these can be grouped into two categories. The first one is greenhouse gas removal techniques, which aim to remove carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. The second one is solar radiation management, with which we can aim to reflect a small proportion of the sun's energy back to space. We will now show you one example from each category. Our first example is about genetically engineered trees that would be used for capturing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere more effectively. Basically, scientists in Germany have found a combination of 17 enzymes that would enable photosynthesis to go way faster than it normally goes. These genes are from 9 different organisms, and these organisms are actually not only plants. The scientists still need to be able to separate the genes that produce these enzymes, and then these genes need to be pasted to the DNA of the trees. This is obviously a very delicate process, and it will probably still take some decades before it works. Our second example is called marine cloud brightening. Clouds have high albedo, which means that a lot of the sunlight that they receive is reflected back to space, and this makes the Earth cooler. Experts have thought of a way to use this effect to fight climate change, and one idea is to make artificial clouds on the sea with a special cloud machine. Now, in nature, clouds are formed when water droplets form around solid particles. This machine would spray seawater to the sky, and seawater has salt dissolved in it. And since the water droplets can be formed around the salt particles, the process is more effective than it would be with only fresh water. This all sounds very fancy indeed, but we want to ask you, the viewers, if you ever heard of this before. If not, wouldn't you want to know about this? After all, this could have consequences on the whole planet. We asked some scientists and academics on their opinions on geoengineering, but also if they thought that the so-called regular people knew about this. This is what they said.
My name is Floris Vandenberg. I'm Assistant Professor of Environmental Ethics at the Copernicus Institute of Sustainable Development at Utrecht University. Yes, it's a topic which comes up regularly, too often I would say. And what I know about it is that there are mostly the problems which are speaking about the precautionary principle, that it's usually irreversible, and we don't know, the climate is a complex system and you don't know if you can predict it well on a large scale. That might be some complicating factors that you disturb the whole system and with things you didn't see coming. It's a bit. I see it in the media, in the newspapers. There's the whole thing about it's called sulfur dioxide, or putting sulfur in the air. It has also been in the newspapers, so probably it has been there. But it might be that geoengineering is part of what the general public sees as technological fixes for the problem. And this is the most large-scale technological solution, or possible solution.
Then we asked 61 people on the streets if they knew about geoengineering. 91% of the people we asked had not heard about geoengineering before. We think that more people need to know about geoengineering. After all, these techniques will affect all of us, and thus we think that more than 9% of the people asked should know about it. So to all scientists watching, and the future scientists, and the ones that are not scientists, let's be more open about geoengineering.